Hello and welcome to episode 40 of Peds' Game Shack. Today I am joined by the wonderful Jeffyard. How's it going, dude?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Hope you're doing well too.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Just hot. I've been very hot recently because the weather's been very hot.
I've also been hot because I'm so sexy. But the weather's I know yeah, it's been not I mean today it's been hot, but it's also been raining as well. So
Yeah,
it's like we're so both worlds.
exactly. Exactly. Fucking rain and warm weather. Not a good combination. But there you go. So, how have you been? What have you been up to recently? Anything interesting?
Nothing interesting, I'd say. I've just been working a lot and trying to play Rocket League, but I've just been desperately trying to remember the controls, and by the time I remember how to boost, the ball's gone into my net. But
Change the
uh,
controls. Wait, what?
well, remember the controls, I should say.
My TV's talking to me. I think the dog must be lying on the remote. Silly dog. Yeah. So what was he saying? Sorry about your controls.
Oh no, I was just saying that by the time I remember what
Oh,
the
but because
controls are.
because you
Uh,
have gaps. Like yeah, I get you. I get you. Silly dog. Not you, the dog. um. So do you want to jump right into it? Into Squirrel with a gun?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So have you played much of Squirrel with a gun?
I probably played about an hour or so. Not a great amount, but I think when I was playing on my laptop, I don't know whether maybe I should have gone on PS5 or maybe it's because it's quite an old laptop, but I did seem to have a couple of crashes,
Oh, lovely.
which was unfortunate. But once I got into it, it's a fun little time. Whereabouts did you get up to?
Well, I played it for a bit longer than yourself. Not majorly, but I got to someone called Father.
Yeah,
Did you fight Father?
I did.
Ah, so you
Uh,
basically got as far as I did, maybe further then, but in a shorter amount of time. So I played it for about 2 hours, but I spent a lot of time just trying to get a lot of acorns to try and unlock stuff around the village.
yeah, I found once I got into a little car thing, I was just happy to drive around, to be honest.
Yeah, I was wondering for ages how you. There's a skate park, and I
Yeah,
was wondering for ages how you get to the top of the ramp. And the only way I've seen how you do is by using the car, and even then I can't get up and land on the top of it because I'm fucking shit.
I was just thinking there's no point in getting any new Tony Hawk games. I've got this car
Squirrel with a
in
gun,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, uh,
I do.
yeah.
What did you think of when you started then? Because obviously, start off you start off as just a normal squirrel with a bit of platforming, and then you get a gun.
Yeah, I found the start. Again, I think maybe I'm just being fake, but I wasn't too sure what I was doing because it doesn't really give you any tutorials, which is fine. I don't think this game needs it, but there's a load of buttons. There's a little thing I had to pull up, and I ended up losing the. I think I had to over at some switches on the wall, this little floor panel.
Hmm.
Uh, but I ended up jumping towards that big acorn in the middle with this floor panel in my little paws. then that panel disappeared, so I had to restart it because I couldn't find it. Um, but yeah,
Broke the
I
game
think
instantly.
but once I got outside into a little village, I think, and you could start, getting your guns and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, there's not much to the first area. Like, I haven't done the second area because I think after you kill Father, who has a jacket that says Daddy on it, which is a bit odd. Um, I think it unlocks, opens up a new section of the map or something, or maybe a new area altogether. I'm not sure. But the area you start off in doesn't really have a lot in there. There's like a house with a load of mines, another house which is the floor is lava, and then another house where people are having a barbecue.
Yeah,
And that's all I can
I
think of.
found because I thought I think that the game sort of sells itself on its name, really.
Yeah.
And it's fun enough for a couple of hours, and I think it is only a short game.
Yeah, I
Like
think according to how long to beat, it's 5 hours. So, but I'm really slow in comparison to how long to beat. So it will probably take me
um,
25 hours.
yeah, I'm not sure I could play it for that long. I think 5 hours would be a good enough length, but I think once you sort of get used to a combat, it's pretty funny at the
Yeah.
first time, and you can get unique animations for different weapons, but
Yeah. Yeah, I do like
y-
the pistol kill. Um the I don't know what it is. It's not a fatality, that's Mortal Kombat. But basically you can like shoot people, stun them, and then you can press a certain button and you'll do like a finishing animation. And the pistol one is great because you slide under the person, you wave at them, and then shoot them in the face repeatedly.
yeah,
Uh,
because I think that's sort of one of the things that's used in the trailers as well. That animation, and yeah, they're great, but I'm not sure, whether it have the same appeal about 100 kills on.
yeah, I can understand that thought process really because like it's gonna lose some of the it's gonna lose the comedy value after a while. But it plays like the game itself. It plays okay anyway. It seems okay, but if it's short like it's meant to be, then I can't see it outstaying its welcome.
Yeah, I think this is one where I'd probably get around to completing, or it's probably not one that I'd come back to replay
Yeah,
once I've done it.
yeah, I can agree with that. But it's enjoyable. How did you deal with the mines? Then did you get the mine suit or did you just deal with the mines?
Yeah, I got that mine suit, and um, I think at the time as well because um, as- most of my time was spent in the skate park. Um, so, but I think once you get to the sort of out of the sandbox and to the puzzles, like the floor is lava and that sort of stuff, that's when uh, I think that's probably where I had the most fun, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It's enjoyable doing the little puzzles and working out things. The good thing is, it's not too complex for my little brain. But yeah, the
I
mind.
find,
Hmm?
oh, sorry,
Oh,
no,
it's
go
fine.
on.
You go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was just going to say I found myself when I was going through it, just getting distracted by the acorns and it'd be something where I see one on the corner of my eye and then have to go dashing off towards
Yeah,
that. So
yeah. You became a squirrel.
I did very much so.
Yeah. I was gonna say the funny thing with the mine area is I managed to get the guy who's in there with a shotgun to get blown up by mines. I can't remember how, and he ended up outside of the fence. So you kill him, but he revives after a little bit. So he was stuck outside of his little house forever. You're like cruel.
Yeah, I don't think I had that happening to me. I think because I remember like picking up the mine and then just lobbing it and just shit up. To be honest.
Yeah, that's the thing with the mine suit. Like, I just spent ages running through the minefield, getting blown up and being fine. So there you go. And then I've took my mine suit off, forgetting about the mines, and then died a few times. But there's some funny suits in there as well. And some interesting ones. Like, for example, there's a certain type of snake colored suit. And if you equip that outfit as the or skin as the squirrel, then you slither across the floor instead of running.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's also a one where you wear a dress and you run with your hands in the air like a woman would run if it's like, oh, from a horror film where the woman's an idiot, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen a woman run like that, but I think it's meant to be like the stereotypical female run, I guess. But But there's
Yeah,
different skins that will give you different benefits, like the mine one, and there's also ones that will just give you different animations and things like that.
yeah, it's quite a neat little way to fashion it up with the different outfits, and as you say, certain outfits do give you different abilities, and yeah, I guess with and I suppose different what's a word like shout outs to as I say common tropes as you might see that horror woman
Yeah,
dress.
yeah. It's just um funny because the squirrel can, like, I assume the squirrel will be the same every time, but the squirrel does actually have different like animations and things, which is good because it gives you an incentive to try and explore a bit instead of just getting your acorns and getting to the next bit. It's like explore, find some interesting stuff, find some new skins that will help you, find some new skins that will just try and make you laugh, that kind of thing. Always just
Yeah,
cool, but you know,
no, definitely, and yeah, it sort of adds a bit more replayability. And as I say, I probably won't go back to replay it, but it'll make the initial playthrough a bit more fun, and perhaps you could kind of a challenge where you get through the game in
yeah,
a snake suit.
it's fun as well with some of the ways you have to get um some of the acorns. There's one where I don't know if you did this, you probably did. There's people having a barbecue, and the gas canister for the barbecue is there's like a little door that's open so you can see the gas canister. And then you have to blow up the barbecue, and the person's just standing there cooking, and you blow him up with it, and then you get an acorn, stuff like that. Uh,
Uh,
that's
yeah, it's quite a lot of mischievous. As Did these developers make any other games?
that is something I do
Do
not
you know?
know. I don't know. I should have looked at what they've made really, but I haven't. So
Yeah,
they probably have made
yeah,
other games.
ED Creations.
But yeah, I think it's a fun little game. I don't think it outstays its welcome. From what I've played of it, I don't think it's going to outstay its welcome as I haven't finished the game. But obviously, I don't know exactly how long I'm going to be playing it. But like 5 or 6 hours would be fine with me.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I think it's it definitely sells itself on the title. I think it's fun enough to sustain a few hours
Yeah. The Squirrel's
gameplay. But
pretty good visually as well, especially when you
yeah,
turn on
no,
like the extra haze. You can turn on the fur, so it's like proper. Like, so like it's got like proper hair strands, fur
yeah,
strands. You can turn that on and off, and I turned it on to see what it would be like, and it looks pretty well done compared to the rest of the game, which all looks a bit derpy. Like all the people look more or less the same. All the male people look the same as the other male people, and all the female people look all the same. That kind of thing.
yeah. I think they did a good job with the main asset. As you say, but like when I first got into a little town suburban area, it just made me think of Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation 1, the
All
sort
right.
of Andy's house start area for some reason. So, um, but yeah, it goes fairly cheap. So, I think if you can grab it and if you've got a few hours to build, then I'd definitely
Yeah,
grab it.
it's worth giving her a bash. I would definitely say that. Rather fun. Did you ever hold anyone up for some acorns?
I didn't
Yeah.
until because again it sort of goes in with yeah, maybe it should be a bit more the word villainous with my
Well, I was just running around and I aimed a gun at someone at random, and they were like, "Ah!" And then all they started like looked like they were sweating acorns. That's how the animation made me think. Are they sweating acorns? I don't know why humans are carrying around acorns, but who cares? The squirrel was getting their acorns.
I suppose that's one way to do it. I'll just keep an eye out on them whenever I see them when I'm cycling in future. Make sure they're not to rob my acorns. Um,
you, do you carry acorns with you, Jeff?
I don't,
You should be fine.
unfortunately.
You should be fine.
It's my
uh,
wallet I'm worried about.
that's fair enough. Um,
Want them taking my car going into Sainsbury's or any other retailer.
yeah, we're not sponsored by Sainsbury's, so you know,
No.
anyway, it's fine. Any other
Fuck
shop.
Sainsbury's.
But yeah, I think I have to agree with what you said just now about it being if you've got some time, wait for it to go on sale, few hours spare, jump in, give it a go.
So have you been playing anything recently, other than
Other than Squirrel with a Gun, I have been playing Mario Kart World
okay?
on the Nintendo Switch 2, which
Ooh.
I've been rather enjoying.
Did you point a gun at some employee and watch him sweat out switches?
No. No, I'd probably not get any switches, and I'd probably just get put in jail.
And an A car.
Uh, yeah, but no, Mario Kart World. I think it's rather damn good. Like I'm still unsure on the driving to like the first race in the Grand Prix. Say the first race you do is proper 3 laps of something, and then
Yeah.
when you go to the next race, you have to like drive to the race track, do 1 lap, then drive to the next one, do 1 lap, drive to the next one, and do 1 lap. And I think it kind of loses a little bit of magic or something. I don't know. I can't really think of the right words. I'm just going to say that
Right.
because driving from one track to another is not as fun as just doing the tracks.
Yeah.
Um, So when I did play online with the people from G Arcade and then whoever else joins off our friends list, friends lists even, we tend to press when it comes up with choose one of these tracks and you can race to the track and do the lap. It's like no, we'll press start, pick a different course, and then do full 3 laps of the course. That is much
Oh,
more
I get you.
interesting to me. Doing proper laps, because the way the in between bits, while I don't think they're bad, they're not exactly great either. They're all right. Like some people really dislike them, whereas I think they're all right. Knockout mode is really good.
Yeah,
Um,
what do you do in knockout mode?
I think it's called Knockout Tour. Basically, there's you do the whole lap thing, the whole race to one place to another place to another place. But what makes it more fun is on the first section you've is like 5 sections, I think 6, something like that. You've got to get 20th or you get knocked out. Then after that 16th or you get knocked out. Then 12th, then 8th, then 4th, and then the last one is come first. So when playing that online, that's a lot of fun, but it's also quite stressful because like sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm way out in front in first, then something will hit you, and then and you're back in 20th or something, and it's like, wow, it's really, really punishing compared to Mario Kart 8. And Mario Kart 8
Especially
Deluxe
if
was
you
bad, yeah.
get knocked out in the first little round and
Yeah,
then having to watch all your friends with bitterness in your heart and
exactly.
soul as they get
Like,
to have fun. And
I was playing it Monday just gone, and as in yesterday. I don't say Monday just gone. And Ale was like, "Oh, let me get a shot off at the person in first with red shells." And I was like, "Go on then." And then he shot him with a red shell, and then he had 3 green shells, and decided to spend his time ramming me, and then knock me out from like second, back all the way down to ninth or something, which then ended up getting me knocked out. And I was like, "Fuck's sake, Ale! I'll let you go in front of me, and then you screw me." What a bastard!
a
Uh,
bastard. Oh, Ale, if you're watching,
you're a bastard.
um, saying giving you a thumbs up.
He's lying. I can see him on the camera. Yeah. But I've been playing a few other things. What about yourself? What have you been playing?
Well, I did a Sonic 9999 ring challenge that he gave me.
Oh, you've actually
Um,
done that. Oh.
yeah, well, I've not finished the challenge,
Ah,
but I
that
did want to
sucks.
stream it because I can play it all right, but when I use OBS with it, it slows down to a crawl, which is a shame. But I was doing it offline, and it's a shame I wasn't streaming it because I had it set that um, I think I lost my shield. I forget what level it has in. I think as in flying battery in Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah.
But I knew I could swap levels by going through a checkpoint,
Yeah, yeah.
map
Through the
swap
bonus
games and
stars.
stuff.
Yeah.
So uh, I had a fair few rings. Like if not the high hundreds, as in like 600, 700s, and possibly even the low thousands. I didn't want to lose it, so for okay, I've got no shield. I'll go through a star and hopefully end up into a nice easy stage. So I went through a bonus stage and ended up in a metropolis zone. It's like,
That's a challenging zone as well. Not it's
um,
not an easy zone, is it?
no, I definitely want to do the 9999 ring challenge properly on stream. So hopefully, if I get a computer, maybe because it is Sonic's 34th anniversary yesterday, so
Oh, was it?
The Monday just gone. So maybe next year I can do it for the 35th.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cool. I played her a little bit, but I only did 999 rings, and I did that fairly easily. But I think I did that. There's There's three different ways of doing it. I think there's you collect rings, they go into the bank. The bank is safe. You
Yeah.
collect rings, they go into the bank. If you get hit with no again, you'll lose the rings in the bank. So you get like two chances of building up your rings. Then there's I think it's called Iron Ring mode, which is you get hit at any point, you lose all your rings.
Yeah. So that's the one I went for. And then I only had it set to. So I was getting quite a lot of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles stages because I put in the list Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I should have just put Sonic 3 and Knuckles in. Um, but so it swap more
Yeah,
frequently to those because it just picks a random game. So I didn't want to put in like Sonic 3D Blast or Sonic Labyrinth or Master System
I
games
don't
because
know if they'll work for that. For
uh,
that specific 999
oh,
I
possibly
think it'll
not.
I think it'll work for um the collector ring and the changes stage. That must be fucking annoying.
Oh, so yeah, when I was messing about with the settings as well, that's what I first add on. So collector rings change stage, and there's one point when I was going through like a loop in Sonic 1, and then it switched to Sonic 2, where I was going through a loop, and then Sonic 3, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 3 level, and then
Yeah,
Sonic and Knuckles. So if you're doing a ring, it swap, swap, swap. So yeah, I think, is there a way that you can swap it after a certain amount of rings?
I'm not sure. But if you look at the settings for the Northern 999 settings, the top settings, the one where it swaps per ring, you can change it for like every 30 seconds, every minute, every something
Right.
like that. So you can do that. But I'm not sure if there's however many rings, which, would be cool. Because every
Yeah.
ring is a bit much.
Yeah, I'll definitely have a proper look into the settings because I
Yeah.
think and to do a 9999 ring challenge on Iron Ring where the levels change every so
Yeah.
often. That'd be
Yeah. I came across this. It's called Alistair's Magic Box. And I came across it through a Twitch streamer called Argic. I think it's spelled Argick.
yeah,
He's a Scottish streamer. He is. He's good streamer, funny, that kind of thing. And he does a lot of Sonic stuff. He does a lot of indie stuff as well and various other things. But when I tend to see him online streaming, he tends to be doing like speed runs or
yeah.
things like that. Just thought I'd mention it because that's how I come across. That's how I found out about Alistair's Magic Box. That's a bit rude, but there you go. I think it'd sound rude if it was Alison's Magic Box, to be honest. Terribly well,
No
Pugs, telling me
comment.
silly jokes like that.
Listen if you're watching. Um, yeah, other than that, just been playing Dragon Quest 11, which I've started. So um, yeah, that's a nice short game.
No. have you played many of the Dragon Quest games? Oh no.
No, not at all. I've did a bit of Dragon Quest 8. 'Cause I had
PS2
that
that
on
was on, was it?
PS2.
Yeah.
Which was the first one that released in the UK, as far as I know. But I didn't get too far into it because I bought it just before I moved out for uni. So I had it on
And you're
PS2,
too
and
busy
then
getting laid in uni and getting drunk instead. Terrible
exactly.
you are, Jeff. Terrible.
I
Are you
was
are you
too busy
finding
playing Sonic.
playing Sonic. Fair enough. How are you finding Dragon Quest 11 then? Because I think I have it on the Switch, but I've not played it. I've not even started it because too many games.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. I'm still quite near the beginning, but I've done 7 hours, which sounds a lot, but I've been trying to get skill points to get skills. So off stream, I've just been fighting enemies with like a podcast or just music in the
Yeah,
background.
that's fair.
Um, but yes, so far it's sort of like a very classic RPG.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not going to say bare bones because there is a lot of effort into it,
it's
and you can
more of a
even
traditional RPG though, isn't it? Turn based, and
yeah,
it is turn
turn
based, isn't it?
based.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Um,
Nothing wrong with turn based at all.
but the edition I've got, which I think will be the one you have on Switch as well, the deluxe edition. So it's even got a 2D mode, so you can play through most, if not all, of the game in 2D.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I
and
thought I
it's
thought
so
I had it on the
completely.
PlayStation 5 as well as the Switch, see, but I don't. So I was like,
Yeah,
fair enough. Because I was gonna, if I was to play it, I would probably play it on the PlayStation 5 over the Switch, simply because I would assume it would run better.
yeah. So the PS5 version that I have is that definitive edition as well. I think the original PS4 version would be the one without the bells and whistles. So
Yeah,
that'd be your basic one. But yeah, if you've got PS5 and Switch, that'll
can't be
be
doing with basic stuff, man.
the. I mean, it still sounds like there's a lot to do with just the base game, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it probably is with it being a Dragon Quest game. But yeah, to tell you what though, I've also been playing another couple of games on top of Mario Kart. I've gone back to the Pokemon Violet to do the DLCs. I've done one of them. I'm now most of the way, I assume, through the second DLC. And the reason why I went back to them is because I remembered I hadn't done the DLC, but also I thought I'd give them a try on the Switch too, for the simple fact of it's meant to run better, and it does run nice and fucking smooth now, whereas before it ran like a fucking, I don't know, a car with square wheels. Shit. But that's been alright. And other than that, I've been playing through a game called Baldur's Gate 3 with the missus.
Well-known game.
Yeah, it's a long
Nice that
game.
you've been doing it. Two-player then.
Yeah, well, what it is we played through Divinity Original Sin, which was by Larian, the same studio that had built Baldur's Gate 3. And we really enjoyed it. So then I thought, right, we'll play through Divinity Original Sin 2. And then we really enjoyed that. And both of those games took us well over 100 hours. So we put a few 100 hours into both of them. And then we were like, let's play Baldur's Gate 3. It's made by the same people. But for a long while, my missus was like, yeah, I don't like it as much as the other ones. I don't like it as much as the other ones. And I think it's because it's different. Like the first Divinity Original Sin, my missus got into that pretty easily. And then the second one, she's like, I don't like it as much as the first one because it's different. Because there's not because it's different, because it's like harder to get used to after you're used to the first one because they
Yeah.
change certain things. And then obviously Baldur's Gate 3 is different again. So it's getting used to the different mechanics because it's closer to D&D. It's not exactly the same as D&D, like, but it is much closer to D&D.
Yeah.
But there you go. So we've been playing through. I think we're about 50 hours in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think we've just finished the second chapter. So.
So
Oh,
out of the games that you played this year, what would you say has been your favourite so far?
probably Baldur's Gate 3. Fucking really good. I should have played it and finished it originally when I had it on PC. Um, but like an idiot, like I do, is I kind of got distracted by other things, and where me and the missus be playing, I've been really fucking into it. So I'm like, why didn't I finish it? Yeah, it's really fucking good. Oh, I should have lied and said squirrel with a gun. What about yourself?
Well, it's a little game where you play as a little rodent with a gun. No, I've been I've not been playing a great deal, to be honest.
Know me.
But
If if I'm honest, I'm way behind on my games. This is the first podcast I've done not for games in about 6 months because I've just been doing stuff.
yeah, I've been playing through Final Fantasy 16 as well. Pretty much
Another short game.
mostly off stream. Um, so yeah, FF16 I'm enjoying. So it'd probably be by default rather than anything else. But
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, like I've done podcasts for films because getting someone to watch a film and then discussing it takes all of, say, if the film is hour and a half, you're looking about 2 hours altogether. Games, it's like, hey, let's play a game, and then you have to play the game. The game could take hours, and then the podcast could take a half hour to an hour. It varies. Um, I used to be like, yeah, we'll make it an hour, but now I'm like, we'll finish when we fucking finish because that's how it should be. Um, but yeah, it's more time consuming for myself and like me. I don't mind, but I feel like a dick being like, hey, do you want to do a game podcast and spend hours playing a game that you might not even like?
yeah, I think that the main difficulty with a game over film is like with a game when you're playing it, you sort of do have to have your attention on the game itself. Whereas if it's say a film for 2 hours,
Yeah,
you could just sort of shove it on, and you don't have to put too much attention to it if you know if it's not enjoyable.
yeah.
Obviously, if it's Cloud Atlas and you've got to do that for 4 hours, but
But Cloud Atlas did have
yeah,
boobs, so it has a plus.
that's true.
Pug, stop making these terrible jokes. Such a dirty dog.
Yeah. But yeah, I do understand how. Because I know you mentioned on Sunday about doing a Doctor Who uh, review. So
No, what it was is
yeah,
me, the watching artist, and Matt, and Kerr 9000 were going to do a podcast on Doctor Who. And basically, you're going to watch classic Who, and we were going to do each serial as one podcast. So the first 4 episodes is the Unearthly Child serial, I believe. We recorded that, but we never carried on with it, and I'm really gutted because it would have been fun to do. But Matt and
yeah.
Kerr
I say
suck.
no. I wouldn't mind doing that. Uh, probably not until 2027, I'm afraid. But
Oh,
uh, yeah, I mean, maybe I could squeeze in. Um yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that'd be something that I wouldn't mind picking up at some point if you're still up for it.
yeah, I'd be well up for doing it. It's just getting the people to do it, and if you were up for it, then great.
Yeah. As I say, if Matt and want to do it as well, probably be better because I'm not too sure how much I can make at the moment. But yes, it's certainly in the next couple of years, I'll probably have the time available to
Yeah,
watch the serials and on a podcast, and it'd be good to sort of see how it evolves as well.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. We were going to watch the serial, do a podcast, watch the serial, and the good thing is it's not too long. Again, it's like 25 minutes per episode, and 4 episodes is again like 2 hours roughly. So it didn't take up too much time. But then I don't know, why he didn't carry on, because I had fun doing it. The guys seemed to enjoy themselves, but I think just
That's until
time.
we
I think
get to War Games, which is about 10 episodes.
I like war
Very fun.
games, even though it's a
No,
lot
it's
of
good.
runaway get captured, that kind of thing again. Um, I really enjoyed war games, and I think Troughton was fucking awesome. Well, they
Yeah. No, yeah, but definitely something I'd be up to do. So
sweet. Did you say to me before we started, Jeff, that you have some interesting news to talk about?
I may have a news or three.
Oh, lovely.
So, um, the first one, and these are all related to the game that we've been here to discuss.
Squirrel with a gun
Um,
specifically.
that's all. Sorry. So there's a new ale which has been uh,
Not another one.
sort not ale as into to green shells at you. This is reported on the Hexham Current on the 23rd of June, by the way. So it's a new ale which is helping to protect Northumberland's red squirrels.
Oh,
Um,
lovely.
and it's a pint which, for every sale, 10p goes to the Northumberland Wildlife Trust.
I think
Um,
I think they should donate more than 10p. A pint, especially if you buy in
yeah.
London's about £27.
Probably afford to get a red squirrel to shoot all the grey ones. But
Mm,
yeah, it's sort of to try and maintain the native red population.
yeah, bloody American squirrels coming over here, killing out
So
red squirrels. I don't know if they're killing them, like, but
uh, yeah, it's strange because I was having a bit of a read into this, and apparently the greys were imported for like rich landowners for the gardens in the late 1800s to early 1900s.
bloody rich
And
people.
yeah, obviously over time they escaped, but they're larger than the reds, so they can sort of outcompete them. And they also have a virus which doesn't affect them, but it does kill off the red ones. So.
So I was right. Bloody American squirrels coming over here, killing our red squirrels.
The next one was from the Abergavenny Chronicle
No, right.
on the 19th of June. And this is one where I'd say it's like clickbait title, where I totally got hooked in. Well, I mean, it's a good article, but the title is far better. So it's Is Monmouthshire at risk of an invasion by crack-eating squirrels? Um,
Yes.
and unfortunately, it just goes on to sort of state about the red versus greys. Uh, but it referred to a news article back in 2005 in Brixton where somebody on a forum mentioned what would happen if they found crack and got addicted to it when a load of the tabloids started printing photographs of these three
Crack abs and
rodents
squirrels.
with yeah. So that's that,
Oh,
and the
that's a
uh,
disappointing story to the brilliant headline.
yeah, it's I mean, the article itself is quite detailed, but it's nothing to do with that, unfortunately.
Ooh,
What animal would you most want to get uh, wasted on alcohol or drugs?
Pugsley. See if he does anything other than sleep.
Maybe that's why. Maybe he's just found a nice stash of weed.
Yeah, probably. Got away from, but
Uh,
it does smell like weed around you quite a lot recently. That'd explain a lot. Bugs.
well, the final one is I might have found the crack den
Okay.
for these because the Wellington Weekly News reports that there were squirrels invading the public toilets in Wellington Park. So I think that might be where their crack den is.
Are they invading the
Um,
male or the female toilets?
it doesn't specify, it just states public toilets, and
Hmm.
the roof of the toilets has a few holes in it where they've been able to get through and go through
I
sort
was just thinking if it's attacking the male toilet, then maybe, just maybe, it's after everyone's nuts.
there you go. um, I'm trying to think of a follow-up joke, but I can't. This is
Terrible, Jeff. It's okay. You don't need to have another joke.
it's fine. So yeah, there we go. Or maybe if we see the males or females without the pants, that could be the crack that they're after.
Yeah, could be.
Well, that's it for the news articles.
That's fair enough. Well, I don't think there's much else we can say about anything. We've talked about what we've been playing, we've talked about some news articles, and we've talked about Squirrel with a gun. Is there anything you'd like to say to finish off on Squirrel with a gun? Or have you said enough?
Um, yeah, I think I've said everything that I need to say. We'll come up with some goat facts whenever we do Goat Simulator.
Which Goat Simulator? Goat Simulator or Goat Simulator 3?
uh, what's the difference?
Goat Simulator
They
is the
both
first one. Goat Simulator 3 is the second one.
There you go. um,
uh,
to be confirmed.
do you want to pop your socials or Twitch channel on here before we jet off?
Yeah, you can follow me at Jeffyard on pretty much everything, really. Um,
There you go. Go down the street, start following someone. They probably Jeffyard.
yeah, especially if I'm sweating acorns.
Yeah. The main thing I see Jeff on is Twitch, and it's twitch.tv/Jeffyard. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. That will be us then. Thank you, Jeff, for taking part. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And that'll be us. Bye bye.
Bye.